Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to gird your loins in an iron jock and prepare yourself. It's time for the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Ooh. Yeah. Good news, bad news, other shit. I'm telling you guys, okay, can't necessarily go in that order, okay, as the good news, the bad news, and the other shit, because sometimes it turns out it's bad news. Okay, San Francisco. Now, I'm rooting for Golden State. San Francisco's in the news because, as it turns out, once again, very stupid people have been tweeting really, really terrible things. Take a look at the latest scandal that's going around. Is some very, very racist tweets that came out of a probe of the San Francisco Police Department, you guys. That's right. As part of a probe of the San Francisco Police Department, it turns out that now San Francisco prosecutors have to go back and look at over 3,000 criminal cases that have now been compromised because during investigations, they found 14 specific officers whose tweets were so biased, racist, sexist, homophobic, that it actually appears to cloud their testimony. Wow. And this is a big deal in San Francisco, which is actually felt by many people to be one of the more liberal of cities in the United States. Wow. You got to read some of the stuff.
I know.
So now it's affected 3,000 cases.
Yeah.
So the people, because everybody who was ever convicted because of these officers, and you wonder how many people are in jail because of them. That's the one thing. These are the kind of people that every day they go to work, somebody has a bad day.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
There are people that every day they go to work, someone's going to have a bad day.
Yes.
Because they're affecting other people. There are doctors like that. There are police like that, teachers. Here's one of the text messages. All niggers must fucking hang. We got 2 blacks at my boy's school, and they are brother and sister. There, cause dad works for the school district, and I am watching them like hawks. In response to a text asking, do you celebrate Kwanzaa at your school, Ferminger wrote, yeah, we burn the cross on the field, then we celebrate whiteness. It's worth every penny to live here, Walnut Creek, away from the savages. Whoa. So there's a bunch more. I'm having it like it is. I'm leaving it like it is, painting KKK on the sides and calling it a day.
Yeah, they've already let go of some certain, I think, specific policemen already, and some cases that recently, I believe, already said hey, the cases are gone, closed, because they got to go retro now. So
right, because now they're going to question the officer's testimony.
Yeah.
Now, so that's it's up there for you to see. Really bad stuff. And so if that wasn't enough, here comes this other article that says, and I didn't know this, that San Francisco has a dwindling number of African Americans in the city. That's right. Previously, they were 13% or so. And now they're less than 6%. And they're talking about it, and actually, people don't think it's actually the issue of racism as much as the economic impact and moving to surrounding areas.
Yeah.
But still, it is amazing to think of San Francisco as being a city. And what happens? There was an article by an African American about just basically how they never see black folks out.
Wow.
You never see black folks around and out.
Wow.
In San Francisco.
Wow.
Tell you it's going to affect your flavor. I'm just, it's what happens. People don't realize it. There was a movie someone made about what if all the Mexicans just left.
Somebody made a movie?
Yeah, made a movie, a fantasy movie.
Wow.
About how all the Mexicans just left and all the stuff that wasn't working. Stuff that wasn't going on.
What?
One day they just left. And it's a comedy.
Oh, I know it is.
But I'm just saying, when you lose those cultural flavors, sometimes you don't realize how much a part of Americana are those things? How much all of our different makeups make up so much of what we experience as America? And it's not going to feel the same if there's no brothers.
Now, imagine. Now, let me just say the hierarchy. How far does this go up where they actually say, well, we witnessed the emails. The emails have been out there. They were not a secret. It's there for everybody to see. And how high does it reach? And, you have to sit there and say, to me, it's like this. Everything is fine until you get caught, right?
Everything is fine.
And then
until you get caught.
Everybody's like, okay, I had no problem with you until people found out about it. Now I'm on the other side. You're guilty. Because people are going to shield themselves and protect their ass. I hate to say that, but it's going to happen deep, running real deep.
And so it is.
Sad testament.
And so it is. Okay. Now, ongoing. So we started off with some of the bad news. Now, I don't know if this counts as good news or other shit, but Morgan Freeman's been in the news lately. And, now with all the issue with marijuana, he's coming out, too, to speak about it. I'm going to quote him. He says, they used to say, you smoke that stuff, boy, you get hooked. My first wife got me into it many years ago. How do I take it? However it comes. I'll eat it, drink it, smoke it, or snort it. Supposedly he suffers from fibromyalgia, and that this is the only thing that's ever really helped him.
Wow.
Is the marijuana. Now, so marijuana has been in the news, and, for those of you who actually tuned in the morning, I listen to Mac's show at night, usually like 1 o'clock at night.
Right.
Mac McAllister, G&M Bureau Chief. He does the Online with Mac, Retro Jazz and Blues.
Right.
And ever since the marijuana thing hit, Mac has been on this because he's also recognizing once again who's being left out of the commerce. In other words, who's not. In other words, there's a bunch of brothers been selling weed for years. I bet they're somehow not going to be part of this wonderful marijuana expansion. And so Mac has been talking about some of this stuff, but Mac McAllister, who's now 75 years old, young. He always says every show, Vic, he tells everybody, I don't smoke weed. I used to smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. He says this every show. And so finally he came out in his last show as to why he doesn't smoke weed. And the reason why he doesn't smoke weed is because he says he has an eating disorder.
Okay.
And he is totally worried. I guess he's concerned about the now infamous marijuana munchie syndrome. I guess that's right, Mac, is that you're afraid that, you go spend $20 for some marijuana.
Right.
And then you're going to spend $50 for a giant, 40-pound bag of Oreos. Now, as it turns out, I went, because Mac had, I was like, Mac, wow, Mac. Well, guess what, you guys? Whole big movement toward developing a munchie-free marijuana. That's right. British researchers have begun clinical tests. All right. Remember, there's multiple derivatives of the THC, and so now they're attempting to develop and I guess to patent a munchie-free marijuana. And this is at the same time, Skinny Girl. There's someone called Skinny Girl, and Skinny Girl has started this whole strain of skinny pot. So she's got forced. It's called Skinny Girl, and her creator, Bethany Frankel, has a new strain of skinny pot that won't bring on the munchies, Mac. New strain of skinny pot. Now, I don't know anything about this. I myself, I never use dope. Dope is for dopes.
Skinny pot. Okay.
But
Okay.
But I'm gonna go to YouTube and see if I can find Bethany Frankel.
Right.
Bethen Frankel. Skinny pot. Because I want Mac to know that it'll be safe. It'll be safe for him. Here she is. Whoa. Oh, there's a couple things. A TMZ. Okay, let's take a look at this one.
There are a lot of channels on
There's YouTube
but
ads.
only so many you want to watch. What if you could pay for the types of
Boom. Well, they try YouTube want you to
Marijuana
pay.
without the munchies. The answer to your prayers? Or, hey man, what gives? I'm Mara Montalbano for Buzz60. When faced with the question of whether or not to support legalized marijuana, a normal housewife with kids is probably least concerned with the drug's effect on a
Sabika.
person's appetite. But we're not talking about a normal housewife here. Bethany Frankel, skinny girl margarita mogul and Real Housewife of New York, reportedly wants to develop and sell a strain of marijuana that will not make people hungry. The savvy businesswoman, Frankel has heard all about how lucrative the marijuana industry has been for Colorado and wants to cash in where it's legal.
Nice shoes.
Of course, keeping in line with her skinny girl brand of products. But the whole thing seems a little
The shoes are
counterproductive for Bethany. While people are most familiar with her margaritas, she's also got a whole line of skinny girl snack foods too. Why
Alright,
is she
Mac.
trying to invent a product that would make
This is some
stoners not
skinny girl.
want her other products, when she could be figuring out a way to package the two together? Buzz60, now you know. Pass it on.
So hear that, you guys? Thank you, Buzz60. Wow. So as you can see, it's for real. So Mac, help is on the way, and that Rosso Classico, what it's costing you. So I think when you get to this, you're going to find that maybe just maybe it'll be there. And Bethany Frankel is one of the people
Interesting.
who's there.
Can't wait to hear more about the formula she's using. That is it about volume or is something else? But I'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about it, but more information is coming.
Got it.
Okay, I want to remind you too of this one. Here we go. Oh Lord, because I have to. It's all about this. What people thought was a joke, poo-pourri, which is a spray. It's a spritzer. You actually spray it in the toilet before you take a dump, and it's designed so that then when you take the dump, the spray coats the dump so that it doesn't stink. So if you have to take a dump over your girlfriend's parents' house, like on the second date, on the third date, or something, those terrifying dump places. So you have to take one, you eat that food, you get in a big, so you can carry. So someone asked if they came in a purse size. I don't know, but take a look, because I'm going to show you. I can't remember which commercial I showed you last time. I don't know if I showed you Girls Don't Poop, or did I show you It Works in 45 Seconds?
You showed the bottom one.
Oh, the bottom. I just showed the one about her and her boyfriend.
I don't. I've
Secondhand stink.
Yeah, well.
Oh, let's take a look and see what they have to say.
He's doing it again. Just when I'm about to slip into something a little more little, he lets a dirty little secret slip through the crack. Nothing turns me off like a heaping dump, or some freshly churned colon sausage, or an intestinal cigar recently rolled and still smoking. 10 out of 10 women agree that their fellow's feces is unbearably foul. You know who you are. And what about the oxygen-gagging semi-solutions he uses to mask his disgusting deposits? Matches? Aerosol? Both? What if there was a natural, more effective way to make certain you never have to smell his man manure again? Poopery. Poopery is the before-you-go toilet spray that is proven to stop his suffocating stench before it starts. And save your relationship. Simply spritz Poopery in the bowl to create a barrier on the water's surface that actually traps odor into lavatory lockdown, preventing an air assault before it begins. So all you can smell is the delightful blend of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works.
I'm going to order some.
There are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. If Poopery isn't the perfect solution to his stinking pollution, Send it back for a full refund. Our open
Don't you
door,
hate that you take a trip with a
stink-free
girl for the first time,
guarantee.
you gotta
If
take
your
it back?
man's movements have started a relationship
First time they
revolution,
spend the night.
click here to get him poopery today at poopery.com.
Have-
Try one of our more masculine scents,
Have they ever just
like Trucker
come in the
Club
bathroom
or
and sat
Royal
down and
Flush,
started
heavy
to pee
duty,
right in
or
front of you?
extra strength plutonium for your
Women like to
companion
do that to men
carrying
just to shock 'em.
hazardous cargo.
They just like to come and they want you to face some
Poopery.
gotta pee in front of
Our business is to
They-
make
they
it
just
smell
get
like his
happy.
business. Never even happened.
you. That's right. Get some poopery. We're gonna get some samples. Get it sit out.
I want to know one thing. The impact of that commercial to me, the impact of that commercial to me, the impact has a lot to do with who's delivering the message. She is so well spoken. She is British.
She's fine.
She makes it sound quality. Now, I'm just asking you, if you had a different cultural background speaker, say Asian, Black, Latino, or anything, would it have the same effect in your opinion?
Well, it may, and it depends who's listening.
Right.
Because as you know, I was just thinking of different Asian dialects that I'm familiar with, and how that might have sounded in their own language, because it can be a little harsh.
Right.
Because some
Fast
languages
talk.
tend to sound more angry
That's
or
right.
to us, when there may not be, or
Right.
we may. So as opposed to some other, like say Russian,
Yeah.
And to me, Chinese sounds so different from say Japanese
Right.
to me, and from Korean. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I believe tone.
And so it's interesting that it was a British accent.
Yes.
So I wonder if it's well, you guys go take a look at it. I'm going to see if I can get some samples and send it out to some of our people. Yeah, I will send it out to some of our people. Now, you guys, one of the things, other shit, people have been writing us because of the drones and clones and bones. Vic, people have been writing us about drones and stuff, and I told them, I said, hey, there's a drone.
Hello, and welcome to the Mojave Desert.
Yeah, this guy.
Back in July.
Well, anyway,
I
so
did a
I'm gonna
review
talk
of
over him.
the X5C
So this
that
drone
wasn't
right
very
here,
flattering. It was the original base model.
the guy didn't like
And
it the
that
first
aircraft
time,
had
but
a
then they
lot of
updated
ability,
it, and so it's now he likes it.
With wind,
But so I'm gonna talk why he's going, and that's basically what he's
or
explaining.
If you're
Okay.
trying to make a turn or a bank
But what the reason why I want you guys to see it, because this drone
wobble severely.
with a high def camera
It was a big problem.
is on Amazon for
I do really
$48.
recommend that quadcopter. SEMA has
So
since
so
taken
just to show you, as many people think it's a good beginner drone because it has a high def cam in it. It's not an FPV drone. That means first person view where you can see through the camera. You have to basically fly the drone watching it the normal way, and then when it comes down, remove the smart card,
turning off the
which
camera.
has the video.
Save battery
Now,
power.
but what's amazing is look how high.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at that.
Can you
little
see
dot.
that? That's
Yeah.
it up there.
Go to expert mode here.
He says he's going up 80 kilometers. I said I wouldn't even be up
Down
80
here.
feet. 80 kilometers. That's like
Almost a football field.
that's over almost 200 over 250 feet.
Oh, it's nice and
Look at that, Vic, up there.
The older quadcopter
So you can go crash
would
this.
not bank. It would wobble. This one seems to have no problem at all banking.
He
So,
is in a
apparently
lonely
the
place
stability
in the,
issues have
Look
been
where he's
corrected.
flying.
in the desert.
Vic's making a point of
We're
look
getting
where he's
closer.
flying.
He's in Needles, California, right? Barstow.
Going back
Wherever
to
he is,
dinner.
there's no people around.
Let's test its stability.
That's
In
a
hover.
sad- That's a sad fact.
It has lights. It has a high def cam. You have to put a little smart card in it.
Very stable quadcopter.
$48.
Actually, so stable, I think
It's
the
a
mother
good
could probably
beginner.
fly this.
Now, Vic,
Very
I
impressive.
did indicate.
So apparently, SEMA has upgraded this model. I can
Yeah,
I
this
can
is the
tell
SEMA.
a big difference between this
I,
and the
I
original
did indicate
X5C.
that we did a
I'm not seeing any wobbling at all.
We did a not so random drawing as part of a
Very nice
contest.
flyer. Actually, I'm very impressed how well this thing flies.
Everybody pay attention, because 2 of our wonderful, wonderful viewers,
Very smooth.
team members, 2 of them have been selected
Very stable.
and have this actual
I
drone
don't know
on
what
the
they
way.
did to fix it, but they fixed it.
I
So
don't
2
really
of them have it on the way.
I really don't have to guess, right?
It only took them about a month or 2 to fix it since I did that review. I don't know that.
I'm just
Quite
saying
got
it's
the battery
coming.
in there.
Now remember too, it's called the SEMA X5C. The SEMA X5C.
And that's with the camera installed. I wonder how it flies
And
without the camera installed.
$48. It flies. I think you charge it for
camera,
an hour and a half,
With the
and it flies
prop
8
guards,
minutes.
and with a 350
Oh my
milliampere hour
God.
battery.
Wow.
But you could buy. Here's the thing.
Wow.
What I found is you could buy the batteries in bulk and charge
Oh, here
them,
comes a raven. Come here, Raven.
and then stick
Come
them in
over
there.
here. He's coming over here. I'm turning on the camera.
Huh? Okay, stop for a second. Now, see what I'm saying? What I'm saying, you can find it. For those interested, remember, we're going to do this as a regular thing, because remember, we have a drone fleet, and it's going to come out to you. We have the Parrot Bebop, we have the Parrot AR2, we have the Parrot Rolling Spider, we have the Parrots. Excuse me, the Spider and the Rolling Sumo. It's the Rolling Spider, right? And then with the Jumping Sumo. And then we have a bunch of other more typical controller-controlled drones. The other ones all have apps
Right.
and software. Then, because it's easier to learn with some of the more traditional controller ones, we have those too. A number of those. Because that's how we're approaching it. Because we have some long-term goals. You know, Miko's anxious. But remember, anybody interested, go take a look at the SEMA, SYMA, X5C. It's a $48 high-def camera. And like I said, this is the kind of... Oh, we have this. This is ours, too. I'm working on the setup now. We have one of these, the solo shot. Victor's robotic cameraman. It's gonna be we have to have a robot cameraman. We go out with the drones, and we look at her. Lord, so this is an ad I don't skip. But we got this. Look, there's 3 of them. We have one. We're testing one, and so we're gonna be taking this out with us when we go to play with the drones. This is our robot cameraman. I don't have it working yet. I don't have it working yet because I got too much other shit to do. But I want y'all to see this because Victor is looking forward to having this.
Oh, yeah.
We've already been fine-tuning our mobile setup. We're going out into the community unarmed. Well, appearing to be unarmed.
They put a lot of production time into this
This is
program.
a hot video, huh?
They put a lot of time. This is traveling. Oh yeah.
Look at that gap. So this is that $48 drone. People make videos with music. I wouldn't fly it in my neighborhood like this, Mac. I'm not telling y'all, everybody, when you play with this stuff, go out to a field. Don't fly it over water. You're going to lose it. It's going to crash. I'm guaranteeing you. I crashed mine the first time. First thing you do is crash. Fly right to the ceiling. Pow! All right? So we're going to be educating you all about the drones, the clones, and the tones. We're going to be introducing you to our combat drones as we fight with them. Because we got Spider combat drones. And they're just crazy. They're just crazy. So be there. So if you want to see Miko, dressed up, dressed up in all kind of provocative clothes, and while shooting, you're gonna like this. And sooner or later, we're gonna have the ones that will attack her, these robot spiders, because they got them up there. Here they go.
All new Attacknids, Doom Razor and Strider, the ultimate radio-controlled blasting robots. They're all-terrain. Go anywhere. Choose your blaster. Flip on in seconds. Discs, darts, or
we're gonna
spheres.
shoot these. We're gonna shoot
Construct,
these at Miko.
Customize, compete.
What do you guys
blast
think?
targets
Sound
up to
good?
50 feet, or grab your blaster and go head-to-head. Man versus machine. 3 hits. Attacknid shutdown. Now with new combat lights and sounds.
So we're gonna fight these.
Aim for the Exploda armor and watch it blast off.
So we got
Towering at
we got
12
4 of
inches tall,
those.
The Attacknids are a force that cannot be beaten. So get ready for the all-new Attacknids.
Get
from
back,
Combat
you
Creatures.
spider
Out
robot
now.
things! Bad robot. Bad. Okay, so be there. Remember, you're gonna watch Miko interact with some of that stuff. We're gonna try to make sure we do all the proper safety. All the proper safety procedures. We wouldn't want to hurt anything, so I will be wearing a cup, proper football. Nick's gonna go raw, as we call it here.
Oh yeah, you guys can't wait. Y'all just can't
That way
wait.
he can affect his voice. So,
telling you.
all right. Last thing tonight. Last week we talked about the passing of Benny King, the famed Benny King, who I've been playing his music since last week. Rose in Spanish Harlem. Stand by Me, and so I wanted you to take a look at this piece called "Playing for Change, Playing for Music" with "Stand by Me." It's a song that was done by people all over the world as a collage. Take a look.